Tyler Reddick puts the next gen car to the test at Darlington Raceway. Joey Gase reveals an amazing throwback scheme for Talladega. And Corey LaJoie says that Richard Petty Motorsports is going to be a Toyota team next year. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric and welcome to Out of the Groove. We've got a lot of NASCAR news to talk about, a lot to react to. It's also Show and Tell Tuesday, so at the end of this episode, I'll be opening up some packages and seeing what y'all sent me in the past week. I'm excited for this one. Let's kick things off with the next gen test that's going on as of the time I'm recording this episode. Today, Tyler Reddick is in Darlington, South Carolina, testing the next gen. Not so much the next gen itself, this is actually a Goodyear tire test. Remember, NASCAR has said that development of the actual next-gen car itself is pretty much complete. Within the next few weeks, we should see the Ford, Chevy, and Toyota specific versions of the next-gen car. So that will be very exciting. But no, Tyler Reddick is racing at Darlington. Could they have picked a better person? A guy who loves the high line, loves to ride the wall? He tweeted this jokingly yesterday. Hey, any meme that references the Ice Age squirrel is a good meme in my books. But no, as of the time I'm recording this, he's already turned a significant number of laps. NASCAR posted on their official social media some clips, including this clip. They put the camera right in the correct spot, right there on the right rear, getting up close and personal with that wall at Darlington. I like how you can see a lot of scrapes and scratches on the wall, especially in the turns. I doubt those came from this next gen test. Those are probably left over from, I don't know, from last season. They haven't painted over them, but it certainly makes this a little more ominous than maybe it should be. Hopefully Tyler Reddick is taking good care of that prototype car. NASCAR also posted this interesting photo. Remember, this is a Goodyear tire test. Check out the right rear on this thing. The camber on it, my goodness, let's zoom in. That tire's barely touching the ground. I wonder if they're playing with that for the purposes of today's test specifically. I'm sure smarter people than I am will ask about that in the coming days and weeks, and we'll learn perhaps a little bit more. But there you have it. Next Gen is on track again at a difficult racetrack in Darlington with Tyler Reddick behind the wheel. Hope that test goes well. Hopefully we learn something soon. And speaking of Darlington, when we talk about Darlington Raceway, usually we're talking about the throwback weekend. Iconic throwback paint schemes resurfacing for one special weekend every NASCAR season. Well, we have a pretty special throwback scheme to react to today. Now, this scheme reportedly will not actually be run at Darlington. In fact, they will be running this at Talladega instead, but that perhaps only adds to the significance behind it. Joey Gase and Rick Ware Racing announced today and revealed today a special Davey Allison throwback paint scheme that Gase will run in not only the Cup Series race, but also the Xfinity Series race. Here's a look at it. And no, that is not a typo. They got approval to race the number 28 for this special weekend. They got the colors exactly right. They even got a red star style logo on the hood and on the side. And you can read there on the hood the significance of this paint scheme in honor of organ donor hero Davey Allison. That's right, the meaning behind this impressive paint scheme is to bring awareness to organ donors like Davey Allison, someone who was able to help people even after his tragic passing. Great way to raise awareness. According to their press release, they even got the blessing from Davey Allison's widow to use the number, to use the paint scheme, and in fact she's even helping them promote this whole cause. A great story running this paint scheme for a very good cause. It looks fantastic, of course. Again, this will be run at Talladega, so you know, it's Talladega. I wouldn't be surprised if Joey Gase is able to get to mixing it up in the middle of the pack, so hopefully we see this paint scheme a good amount on Saturday and Sunday that weekend. We'll get the chance to see it twice. Very, very cool. Just wanted to highlight that because when I woke up this morning and saw it, it put a big old smile on my face. I love when throwback schemes have a strong story or message behind them, as this one does. I also love when sponsors and teams and designers go all in. The same color scheme, the same design. Heck, they even got the same number. I mean, this throwback scheme checks every single box. It's perfect. It's a beautiful scheme. I hope it runs well at Talladega. Now, before we get to rifling through the mail, we got to talk about kind of a low-key story that we already talked about on this show a couple months ago, but recently quietly resurfaced this week. A huge potential story that may not have resurfaced if not for the help of a beautiful couch car. So Corey LaJoie, driver for Spire, I'm rocking the Corey LaJoie number 7 hat, was able to work on converting a full-size NASCAR show car into a couch for his sponsor Built Bar's offices, apparently. So he posted about this a bunch on social media the last couple of days. I'm not sure if I could fit a full-size NASCAR car in here. I maybe could right there. but I would love to put a couch car in my house one day. New DIY project right there. I am making a note. But no, really cool idea, great photo op, and actually it was in some of these photos that many fans noticed that the show car he built this couch into seemed to be a Toyota show car. You can tell by the front end. The Toyota front ends are quite distinct. Corey LaJoie drives a Chevrolet for Spire, so that's why people's ears kind of perked up. And actually, it was viewer of the show, I know y'all often see him in the comment section, Denny Delivers, who actually tweeted about it and got Corey LaJoie's attention in a big way. He tweeted, "All right, I remember Door Bumper Clear, Dirty Mo Media podcast, saying that a lower team might change to Toyota and Spire might be it." He is, of course, referring to something we reacted to on this show a couple months ago when it first surfaced. But yes, Door Bumper Clear, podcast on Dale Jr.'s Dirty Mo Media Network. Back in February, Freddie Kraft, spotter for Bubba Wallace, 2311, a Toyota team, said on his show that not only does he expect 2311 to expand into a two-car organization next year, but also that he believes a lower-tier Chevy team, as he puts it, is going to switch to Toyota. Here was some of that clip, what that sounded like back in February.
I think you'll probably see at least two out of our shop. If I had to guess, I have no fact based on that, but if I had to guess, there'd be at least two. I think you'll see a team that's out there now switch to Toyota. A Chevy team that's one of the lower tier Chevy teams, but I think they're going to make a switch.
Ooh, what Chevy team could he be talking about? Could it be Spire, a small Chevy operation? Well, Corey LaJoie responded to Denny Delivers' tweet yesterday, saying that's the 43 they're talking about. Did he just say Richard Petty Motorsports is going to switch to Toyota this offseason? Did he say that? Maybe it's a joke, but Corey LaJoie has a bit of a history of leaking things that perhaps shouldn't be public when he says them. I mean, Corey LaJoie doesn't work for Toyota. He's not connected to Richard Petty Motorsports in any way, shape, or form, but he's around these people. He's in the garage area. He's got his ear against the wall, nose picking up the scent of a potential story. Corey LaJoie says definitively there he believes the 43 team will switch to Toyota next season. I called it! If you go back to my video in February, I said then that I believed Richard Petty Motorsports would be the team that switched to Chevy. It just made sense. Why tease it like this? David Wilson from Toyota said it was going to rock the NASCAR world whenever this announcement came out. The only thing, in my opinion, that would rock the NASCAR world would be Richard Petty, the king, switching from currently Chevy to Toyota. That would rock the world. That would certainly shake things up. When we look at some of these small tier Chevy teams, I'm just saying, guys, Richard Petty Motorsports makes the most sense. I would not be shocked. So let's look at the evidence we have here. We have a guy who works for a Toyota team saying that a small scale, lower tier Chevy team will be converting to Toyota this year. We have David Wilson, the president of TRD, saying that this impending announcement, will rock the NASCAR world. We have Corey LaJoie, an active Cup Series driver, saying the 43 will become a Toyota team next year. I mean, that's a pretty hot series of evidence right there to suggest that yes, in fact, the king will move to Toyota in 2022. What do you guys think about that? I mean, let's look a step further. What would that actually mean? I mean, for one, I guess Eric Jones is coming back to Toyota, so maybe Joe Gibbs and TRD actually are able to hold on to Christopher Bell and Eric Jones, something we didn't think was going to be possible last season when Levine Family Racing shut down. Wow, okay, Eric Jones, welcome back, I guess. Will Richard Petty Motorsports become more competitive? Will they get a boost in their budget? I mean, Eric Jones has raced inside the top 10 a couple of times this year. They took a big step forward last year. They seem to be continuing that improvement this year so far, so this would be obviously a huge step forward for Richard Petty Motorsports if they get some serious help from Toyota Racing Development. But now Toyota Racing Development and Freddie Kraft have said that 2311 also wants to expand to a two-car team, so we could talk about two more Toyota teams being added this next offseason just in time for the next gen car. Is Toyota spreading themselves too thin? You got Joe Gibbs Racing right now struggling to consistently find victory lane. Kyle Busch has only won one race in the last year and a half. 2311 is still trying to find their groove early on this season. I mean, you're already throwing more Toyota teams into the bunch. Like, how many is too many too soon? That's certainly a storyline to follow. I mean, maybe I'm getting ahead of ourselves here. I mean, yes, we have some pretty clear evidence to suggest Richard Petty Motorsports will be a Toyota team next year, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. It's just April. It's only April. We got 10 months until the start of the 2022 season. A lot can happen between now and then, but it certainly sounds like Richard Petty Motorsports to Toyota is close to happening. Hey, it almost happened last year when Bubba Wallace had a contract extension offer from Richard Petty. I think it's pretty clear at this point that Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan were in talks with Petty to possibly bring that team over to Toyota with Bubba Wallace. Somewhere along the way, those talks fell through. Maybe it was when Michael Jordan got involved. Maybe originally it was just Denny Hamlin talking to Andrew Murstein and Richard Petty, and they were trying to form up some sort of partnership. But when Michael Jordan got involved, Hamlin said, hey, sayonara, we're doing our own thing with Michael Jordan over here. Good luck, 43. And that's why Bubba Wallace left the 43 for the 23. But we know Toyota and Richard Petty were in some sort of contact last season when Bubba Wallace was a free agent. So I guess they've kept those contacts close this year and are still in discussion for 2022. It sounds very likely at this point, based on all this evidence we've looked at now, that Petty could be a Toyota team next year. What do y'all think of that? Hey, if it means that 43 car is a consistent top 10 threat on a week-to-week basis, something that we haven't seen really since Richard Petty drove that car, I'm all for it. The more competitive rides there are in the Cup Series, capable of making the playoffs, capable of perhaps even contending for the championship, the better the sport will be, the healthier the sport will be, in my opinion. So, hey, if Richard Petty switches to Toyota, best of luck to him. Let me know what you guys think of this rumor that Richard Petty Motorsports could switch to Toyota next season. It'd be like their third manufacturer change in just the last 5 or 6 years. They switched from Ford to Chevy after the 2017 season, so actually it'd be just in the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, they've been changing manufacturers a lot, but hopefully they eventually can find a solid, consistent home with Toyota. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Now, it's that time of the week, boys and girls. It's Show and Tell Tuesday. Thank you so much to everyone who has sent me things. I really love reading the letters y'all send. Now we got a few packages to open this week. Let's get started. First up from Dalton in Wisconsin, he sent, I believe, a t-shirt. He's from Wisconsin, so it's probably, yep, it's a Matt Kenseth t-shirt. Heck yeah. Oh, it's double-sided, as they are. Of course, what is this, the back? The back is always a bit louder than the front. Judging by the paint scheme, I'm going to say this was 2016. Ooh, this is sharp. I wonder if it fits. This looks like about my size. I should probably wash it before I put it on, but thank you, Dalton. I appreciate that. Sandra from California sent me a nice letter and also sent me a Buescher Stenhouse, a Ricky Stenhouse 5th third die cast. I don't think I have any 5th third die cast, even when Kenseth drove this scheme for a year, so heck yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Oh boy, more trading cards. This comes from Quinton in Missouri. Ooh, these look really cool. Reflective Matt Kenseth in his Tide gear and Danica Patrick. These must be from 2017. Look at that. I love these trading cards y'all keep sending me. I'm becoming a trading card collector guy. Really, really cool. Thank you, Quinton. Wyatt from Pennsylvania made a custom Out of the Groove diecast and also drew the Out of the Groove logo as well as many of our sponsors. You got Swan, Fram, Alka-Seltzer, Groovy Gang Assemble. I love it, Wyatt. Can I hang this on my fridge? He got the Swan logo exactly right, looking like Sonic the Hedgehog. Promoting my sponsors better than I do. Heck yeah, thanks, Wyatt. All right, I saved this big box for last. This comes from Corey in California. I think that says CA. Here are some die-cast cars from my childhood. Figured they'd be a good add to your collection. Oh boy, let's take a look in here. First off, oh yeah, first thing I'm seeing, a Denny Hamlin FedEx Office. What year would this be? This looks like a 2012 or 2011. Man, I miss when Denny Hamlin would run special FedEx schemes. You know, FedEx Office, FedEx Freight, FedEx Express with slightly different colors. I always loved the blue and purple the best. Super duper cool. Oh, there's some big ones in here. Wrapped in bubble wrap. Oh my goodness, is this Johnny Benson? Oh, I don't think I have a Pontiac diecast in my 124 collection. That changes today. Look at this. Oh, heck yeah. Johnny B above the driver's side window. The Valvoline cars from Mark Martin to Johnny Benson to Alex Bowman in recent years always look so good. Thank you. This is super sharp. Yeah, I don't have any Pontiacs in my collection, I don't think. Thank you for that. We got one more in here, I believe. This one had a screw loose, so I guess that's stopping the hood from fully closing, but check this out, Michael Waltrip. Napa Nilla wafers. What a combination. What a random combo. Napa Auto Parts and Nilla wafers. How does this even happen? It's a beautiful paint scheme though. I love the old 15, DEI Michael Waltrip schemes. I have a patriotic Michael Waltrip car from I think 2003, but this one will fit alongside it very, very nicely. Thank you for these, Corey. I will take good care of that. Thank you all so much for sending things to my P.O. box. Again, if you would like to send something and perhaps see it on Out of the Groove, you can check out that address down in the description. Another Show and Tell Tuesday in the books, another Out of the Groove episode in the books. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. We talk NASCAR almost daily here at Out of the Groove, covering all sorts of news, rumors, and predictions. As always, a huge thank you to my amazing Patreon supporters as well. I couldn't do this show without your tremendous support. Plenty more to come this week. Martinsville Saturday night. I'm extremely excited for that race, but we'll have lots to talk about between now and then to tide me over in the meantime. But thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.